Alright, my people, good evening. You're welcome. You're welcome to another amazing weekend with us in the studio of G Word Entertainment. It's the My Battle Podcast. As you know, it's brought to you by the most stupendous G Word Entertainment. Here, the podcast we talk about anything and everything entertaining. And I'm one of your hosts, AG or G, but the girls can call me AG Baby. And with me here is my bro.
Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy TJ. How we doing? How you chilling? How's your week? How was your weekend? So what's going on? What's popping with the family?
What's going on? You know the vibe. So we have had an amazing episode over and over, back to back. We've had amazing guests come up with us in the studio. In our previous episode, we've had Big Daddy, we've had Candy the Teddy, we've had T-Fresh of Lagos, we've had ABK of Hype, we've had Funfu. It has been an amazing journey so far. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us so far, to everyone who has liked our video, to everyone who has reposted, to everyone who has commented, to everyone who has shared, to everyone who has been of impact. I want to say we thank you, we love you all, we appreciate you, we see you. We want to say, mwah, we love you.
We see you, bros.
You the real OG.
You the real MVP.
You the MVP, man.
Yeah, you the real niggas, baby.
You the GOAT.
The G's.
Yeah, man.
The lion.
And today is nothing short of entertaining and fantastic. For we having an amazing guest. This guy is an icon in the game. He has been there before the game started.
Before the game started. When the game starts.
Who will start this game? We don't really know.
Start this game?
But to be honest, this guy is an OG before IG. This guy is intellectual. He's witty. He's funny. Just brace yourself. You have someone amazing coming to us. Just arrange your repad your rules and arrange your brain.
Just relax. We there with you.
Watch this video with your sense of humor and your intellect because it's going to be
so
amazing.
guys, how has your week been? Let us know. Everybody in the chat. Let's know how your week has been. What's been popping on with you now? What's going on?
How will you go for that side now? You know what do you want me now?
How they play now?
Well, how they play for Zafik. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week has been amazing. If not for any other reason, but for God's love the word I give us with our channel, Baba.
Yeah.
For God so loved the world that He gave us with our channel and do well. Oh, what is that?
That's been my jump for my jump for the month.
Singer.
No.
Oh God, that's the boss right. Oh God, that thing it links me. It tickle my fancy. Alright. You know the vibe. This is my battle podcast. Here we talk about anything and everything entertaining in an entertaining manner, an educating manner. Here we don't just entertain and educate you. That's why we're different. That's why we
That's why something you've never seen before.
Nobody better than.
Yeah.
Bring our come see. We the best in the game. Nobody better than. Machiavelli, thanks for joining the live.
Feel like Machiavelli.
Is he ready?
You're doing this shit.
Since 06.
Machiavelli, how you doing?
How you doing, my brother? How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining. So you know how we do this thing here. If you have any question for us, you can just simply drop the question in the comment section, and we will treat your question with utmost priority. And if you have anything to tell us, if you have any contributions to make, you can just kind of tell us. We are open for contributions. Your opinions and everything. Yeah, we don't discriminate. If you can have TJ, who are we to discriminate?
Yeah. Even if you want to showcase your talent.
Yeah, we got you covered.
Any talent you have to showcase, just come on, do your thing.
And you never can tell. You can showcase your talent and go home with something. Usually as for the cost, you can showcase your talent and go with 1 gallon of 4. You never can tell. Gallon of 4.
From the life. How? They come. How they want to go from the
They should come to the studio. Some should come and showcase their talent in the studio. Yeah, if you tell us okay, you want to come to the studio with us to come and showcase your talent, we can say okay, no problem. We'll fix it for you to come to the studio to come and showcase your talent. We got to cover that now. Now we know.
Yeah. As long as it's talent, as long as it's entertaining.
You know why? Now we know.
We are active. You not believe us.
Now we know.
Yeah,
in the words of CDT, now we know.
So to our people in the chat, today is not going to be different from the rest days. Today we are talking about something entertaining. We are still dealing with the comedy side today. Yeah.
Very important.
One year give them made they shine. No early beginnings.
No wahala.
Made they shine.
No wahala.
So ladies and gentlemen, today's topic goes as comedian.
It's called Stand Up the Standard. Stand up comedy, the standard. Yeah, we're talking today. We're discussing about the what the standard of comedy is and those who have come before us to make this game, to make this industry a reputable one and brought it to the level at which it is today. And also, in every circle of eggs, there must be a bad egg. We're talking about the things that are bringing it down, that are reducing the value and the standard of stand-up comedy. Hence, the standard. Here, we're talking about both the good and the bad. For every good, there's a bad. For every negative, there's a bad.
In a layman example, what he's trying to say is that we're talking about comedy. We're talking about how it was, how it is,
and how it's supposed
going.
To be. Yeah.
You get. You see how the thing is very simple. How it was, how it is, and how it's supposed to be, and how it's going right now.
All this expansion don't really matter.
Yeah. So
that's
no, but that's what we'll be talking about now.
But first of all, TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
It's Friday. No, Kakashi. Come in, no, Kakashi. Come on,
Don't let the Muslim people, the Hausa people, they're upset with you.
Before they told your chinkafa.
Pretty Jesse, all people that's joining in, thank you. Share the live with your friends, your families, everybody.
Yeah.
Share the
Pretty
live.
Jesse, how pretty are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how pretty are you?
Pretty Jesse, how pretty are you now?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how pretty are you, Pretty Jesse? We want to know. We'd love to know. We'd love to come up to have a little perpetual. You're welcome. Thanks for joining the live. Yeah, Lux, you're welcome. Thanks for joining here. This is the Mike Battle Podcast brought to you by the one and only G Word Entertainment. Yeah, this is the name.
Number one.
Okay, let's it burn into your memory. Here we talk about anything and everything entertaining and entertaining manner. Inside entertainment and outside entertainment and everyone's in general. Basically, we are here to entertain you and educate you at the same time, killing one stone with two birds.
We're also here to cause violence.
Now,
yes,
he's here to cause.
Also here to cause violence.
He's here to cause violence.
If you want to drag anybody, come here.
That's killing one stone with three birds.
Yeah.
No water.
Kill 3 birds with one stone. Shall be killing.
Shall kill the birds in stone.
So I say kill the bird. Okay. So now it's your feet today. We're talking about your feet today.
Yeah, we're talking about comedy basically. So yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it before our guest joins us here in the studio. But we also talk about the surface. That basically there are some certain things that has been done. There are some certain people that have paved some certain ways for us in this industry that makes it something that people want to be associated with. I can tell you for a fact that some few years back, not everybody will want to be called a stand-up comedian. But I think today, some people want to be like, I'm proud to be a comedian. There are people that have said, okay, we pay the sacrifice for this to be possible. And we have lots of them. In Nigeria, we can call a few names. We can call the likes of...
who are your Mount Rushmore of
people I look up to?
Pioneers, not people you look up to. Like, when you say, we have your own personal Mount Rushmore, but what do you think is your Mount Rushmore of pioneers of comedy?
Explain what you mean by that.
If you say you should pick your top 5 pioneers, that are people that really paved the way for comedy, let's say in Nigeria now. Let's use Nigeria first. Who are your top 5?
Okay, top 5 people that have paved the way. Top 5 of the OG.
Yeah, of the OGs.
Okay. We have the likes of Alibaba. We have Bovie. I really love that guy very, very much. We have Basket Mouth. Those 3. Basically, yeah. People that I look up. How would I put it now? These are people that I look at their standard of delivery. And I'm like, oh, this is something to emulate. I'm talking about the OGs, I'm not talking about that. I'm not brushing out to...
Yeah, we're not talking about now. OGs,
yeah, talking about the OGs.
Pioneers, people that made you like say, okay, this is something we can actually do. Yeah.
The delivery of Bobby is... Basket Smart's delivery is... Alibaba's delivery is...
Alibaba was more in movies though, not really stand-up.
Yeah, he did a couple of stand-up. No, the thing I love about Alibaba, first of all, was his level of composure. No matter how... I've seen the video. Sometimes you see the video and be like, what was so special? He composure, there are things you learn from different people. I love Alibaba's composure. I love Bovie's pattern. Like, everything links to the other. One thing is linking to the next. His delivery.
Yeah.
Basket smart is relatable. If you understand.
Yeah, again.
These are the things that okay. You pick this from this person, you pick this from this person. They are the things you bring together. Now, if we're talking about in general now, in general, now I would say I love people I love generally in Nigeria as a whole. There are a lot of them. And I've dropped three Alibaba, Bovi, Basket Mouth.
Yeah.
Now let's bring it down. Now we see people like
You didn't add you don't add AY in your Mount Rushmore.
not really. AY is an OG, somebody I look up to. But when I listed the three of them, I listed the things I like from them. The thing I like about AY is he's the game. All I put is AY he's just the game. His delivery is not everybody has things you look up to from them.
Of course.
There are things I'm looking up to AY for. When it comes to things like promoting movies, being creative. AY is creative. Now we're talking about insider comedy. We didn't talk about entertainment in general. If it's entertainment in general, AY is definitely part of it. Because AY is creative. From his movies days, from 20 Days in Atlanta, 10 Days in Sun City, The Waiter, this other movie, Merry Men. Creativity they cry, bro. When it comes to creativity, I think AY is him. He's what you think he is. Comes to creativity. Yeah.
You're how you say you are.
He's who he says he is. Then when I God get that one. Thank you very much for joining King Ololo, AJ Sams, JB, Triple J. Thank you very much for joining. Now in general now, when I'm talking about listening comedians in general, you see people like Forever. I love that man. See Forever, we've got in the prophetic. Prophetic, I don't know how to explain it. It's unexplainable. My boss over I will mention his name, Chief Rhino. Oh, you mentioned that Sneasel. The new eggs, the new cats.
New cats, yeah.
We have people like Fonfu. Then the Oga part of them, or we have.
So King Ololo said, see you next week.
King Ololo, we're looking forward to having you here, man.
Looking forward to having you here next week, King Ololo.
Yeah. That's the king. Now you see, then we have EP himself.
What is EP?
MC Adobe King.
Okay, EP.
Yeah. Then we have Onwino, we have MC Casino. You see, these people are. Then there's this duo I love so much. That's Ocean Ogene.
Those guys in Lagos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to crowd work, those guys are good. They are who they say they are when it comes to crowd work. They are good in crowd work. Then there's this guy Dex Mode. Dex Mode is great. Understand? Then when it comes to relatability, we're flowing with the crowd. Every single thing I'm saying is relatable. We have people like the Stalker.
Yeah. Those are like reality check people.
Yeah, they give you reality check in a fun way. Reality check / motivation in a fun way. They say, I'm still listening now. Now, also premium delivery, bro. Delivery for Godwin, Dex Mode, SLK. That nigga is. Then we have H Prince.
Okay, I know H Prince.
H Prince is. How many can I list? Funny Urge.
So like this, in all these names and all these people, there are different criteria in comedy. There are different things in comedy that is now.
Yeah.
Which of them has like, we are talking about the standard, how it was, how it's going, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And how
it was, how it is, and how it's going.
And how it's going. So for all of them now, so who would you say is like? We have the new cats, obviously. We have the new cats, the Fun Food, the Funny Urge, all of them. You guys, even Yusuf, new cats. You guys are like pushing the comedy to an extent. We also have some of the OGs, like you mentioned, while we have pioneers and everything. So when we're talking about stand-up comedy, the standard. In stand-up comedy as it is, this is not about like in comedy in general. In the whole stand-up comedy now.
Yeah.
What would you say is you guys have raised the bar to? Which level like you guys have raised the bar to?
In stand-up comedy at a level at which you can't just joke with it anymore. You see, there was a time where you can insult somebody by calling me a comedian. I don't think you can do that anymore now.
No.
You get because of the level of which the game is now. You see people doing cinema shows, selling us out, and it's a banger all through.
Yeah.
There's no dull moment from the beginning of the performance to the end of the performance. You see comedians now that are working to deliver in their own stage, in their own show. I don't know if you get me. Now there was a time where there was an issue in this whole comedian who organized a show, and in his own show, he has a poor delivery.
Yeah.
Now,
I've
with the level,
I've seen that a lot.
a lot
in the past.
with the level at which it is now, you are scared to have a bad delivery in your show. If somebody else will not talk of your show. I don't know if you understand. Because you are seeing people that Netflix want to produce their show because of the level of delivery and the level of work that goes into the show, the level of the quality of the jokes, quality of every single thing in the show. Now you will not sit with your hands closed now according to Benin who have a Gwakara. You cannot do that thing. You cannot do it now.
Yeah. The only thing I will give you guys credit for right now is like the level of humor that you guys have brought into comedy now is now better than how it was before.
Yeah, we are talking from
before you guys, everybody was limited to a certain kind of comedy.
For school, we get this guy from my school.
Yeah, you get one guy,
from my area. Yeah, we'll pass that stage of get one from my area.
Like the level of humor that was in comedy back then is not what's in comedy now. You guys have upgraded. That's the only thing I can say. Yes, in the old standard, you guys have brought that one because back then everybody could like predict what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Not like they know, but they could like predict like okay, this is what you're going to do. There was no much storytelling. Yeah. Storytelling not really.
No, there's a story. You guess now there's a story to this shit.
Yeah.
Now
storytelling not really did that type of comedy. You know that back then if we talk about like the Dave Chappelle, like the Kevin Hart can do a 1 hour special, and in that 1 hour special, the starting of the comedy that it will go from is relatable to the end.
It's not the comedy, but it's a story.
But it's a story, and everything is funny or true. But the problem that I have now in the old standard of this comedy is that they are very selected few comedians that can hold it down for an hour without choking.
Yeah,
in this part,
it's not. I will not lie.
It's not easy.
It's not easy to hold it down for an hour. Yeah,
for an hour. Okay, it's just like
even your movie self. Sometimes for it to get
just like now. Okay, just like now you saying an man should hold it down for an hour or two.
And I'm not talking music, yeah.
It's not that easy.
See, no, if you check it, no matter how bad, no matter how no, TJ, Mo, let's be frank. No matter how bad it is, it's easier for an hype man to hold it down for an hour than for a comedian to hold it down for an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
Because an hype man has the advantage of music. Now, even without having the material, even if it's in a rave party, without having the material, if it's in a club, you don't need the material. Just flow the music that they're playing.
Yeah.
Then you have maybe like after like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you have just like 3 or 5 minutes of freestyle to beat. I'm like, that guy with the shake again, back to the music again.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. But if you have to bring it down to who has more advantage in holding it down for an hour.
No, if we're talking about who has more advantage, of course, and hype man has advantage. We are working with DJs. Most times we are working with DJs. Sometimes we are working with drummers. And sometimes the crowd will just be feeling the vibe. It depends on how you go. I know that comedians need to have like materials prepared for like months, even weeks, preparing for.
There's a machine I'm working on for the past 3 months. I never see reach the end point of that material.
No, the thing is now is like that's why I said the standard. How it is now is good, but how it's supposed to be. That's what my problem is now.
How? What do you have?
Because now the only thing I need now is we need more. We now have people that have like more sense of humor, like more wild humor stuff in comedy now. But I need more eccentric people that can hold it down. At least I'm not even talking about 1 hour. At least let your comedy be like story. No, we have different kind of comedians. We have punchline comedians, we have storytelling comedians, we have sarcasm comedians, we have very intellectual comedians. Different factors of comedy joined together. That one day. But what I need is like the eccentric ones that can like really hold it down, like at least 20 minutes. Because if I go to a stand-up comedy show now and I just some comedian once they just drop 1-2 punchline and the crowd just laugh, they'll be like, okay, I've done enough. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's my time. You don't experience that many times what people do. You like we need that always because I feel like comedy now has more waves than it's ever had before. Yeah. People believe in comedy than before. I know that before it was making waves, but that was based on, I would say, based on connection and everything. People believe in pure comedy now than before. Like they will be like, this guy is actually funny. I want to support him. Not like, ah, na my guy, or na my guy. You get. And so I believe now it's supposed to like me more. So with as people are believing in it more, it's just like the way people are believing in hype more now.
Yeah.
If we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago, and you'll be like an hype man wants to do some show or something, like people will be like, ah, what's this hype man? You get. But now people might be like, yeah, this hype industry is making waves to an extent. Although they are also, yeah, people they may also this well, but people just see they be
Yeah,
like, say, just see,
definitely.
yeah, say they don't believe in it. So at least they are investing in it. As they are investing in it, they are still upping their games. No hype man can just be, say you want to just be an hype man and just be for hyping sake again now. You will just go from 1 to 3 months before you know they will drop you. People get tired easily. You know, audience in entertainment, audience get tired easily.
Yes, and
They
definitely.
retire, they quickly tire. So as they retire, so the thing I should suggest for comedians, even entertainers in general, is the urge to be dropping it back to back to back every single time you get on the stage. That's why I'm saying that's how it's supposed to be going. Because I feel like some of them now are not relaxed. The urge was not there when it was. I think the urge was not there when, before you will hold a mic in a grand stage, you must be stable to an extent.
Yeah.
You must be stable to an extent. Now, I feel like it's a good thing, a very good thing. People are not giving young comedians
Hey,
opportunities now.
even for you to hold him up on this stage,
No, no.
even if they are giving
Yeah, yeah.
opportunity,
Even if they are
you
giving you
guys all stay
opportunity,
before the
but you
first give you
guys stay
opportunity.
before you. Most of them go just give you mic for starting up points.
Okay, let's just
That one the crowds never really many like that. So if you fuck up, you don't fuck
no,
up.
there's this thing. There are some comedians that I'm experienced personally for sometimes when the level of delivery you give when you have a responsive crowd or a reasonable crowd to when you dey start show and you also like 5-10 people inside the hall. First of all, when you see that 5-10 people, there's this level of discouragement you just have, you just feel in your body. You're like, shit, is really worth it? What am I trying to impress here? Even these 5-10 people are not even paying attention to the whole this thing. Also, like the show properly. That is when I'm coming at the attention if the ladies come show.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Biggest no start.
Make them will not start.
I've experienced like twice now, twice, okay. In a comedy show, I've experienced like twice in a comedy show where you go on stage. Very first event to perform, nothing has been done. We just like 5-10 people maximum in the hall. You see that 10 so like 4 like comedians, 2 like usher already inside the hall. Then you just
The rest are yours.
you go just
The rest are media
you
people.
just lose the
Media people or people made a set.
you just lose this zeal to even do it. You go be like, what am I even doing? Is this thing really worth it? Is it really not really worth time? You get. But I think that same show, when the show doesn't go, you go be like, I don't know. Only comedians can understand this thing. So thank you very much for joining. Now, you can understand. So what can relate to this? When there's a level of bad or not raise that comedy show, which as a comedian, you go do your man to perform. Materials go to fly for you. See, I want crack joke. You get. Sometimes that over seriousness make you go flop for stage.
Yeah.
You get. But there's a level of you get the level where the show goes there. You got to do perform.
Due to the energy, the crowd, and
Do you
everybody's
get? So that's when you enter, you go kill him. So when you enter, you go kill you. You understand? Say if my comedians be the topic, make them bring me up. I want to work. Thank you very much. MC Laporte, please send a request. MC Laporte, send a request. Thank you very much.
Send a request.
Send a request. Let's discuss something now. You didn't get?
No, see.
This wait, I'm coming somewhere. Let me give you an example. Last 2020, my friend did a show. MC Mama did a show last year. That show, you say arranger, maybe don't perform. Nigeria has not performed. Mr. Nigeria, people don't perform. I performed. Do my thing. Get down. My they say, bros, I want perform. I say, even me, they won't perform. Okay, man, I don't perform before you. You want to go perform. You get people who don't pass stage. You get people who don't enter stage. Even if they come here, they say, I know it's a few right. Because I don't believe in myself. I'm still working towards the stage of where I will not perform. People don't go and climb stage again. And if you get. So, that day after that show, this guy was like, you want perform. You say, okay, no problem now. Perform. Now I reach there now. He don't fit do anything. He got his small
Come and
platform.
perform the performance. Lord Fortune, what's good?
What's up, MC Lord Fortune? I hear you, Baba. What's the update? I did, Baba. That's the wedding man.
The man with the issue of weddings.
I swear, I asked that you wedding grace yesterday. Okay, Lord Fortune. You say?
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
we can hear you now. Come off for rural area. You say no.
Can you hear me? You hear me now?
Come to GRA.
I said our topic today, stand-up comedy, the standard. Me, the standard as which stand-up comedy fair day before, one way it dey now and where it's supposed to go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Call names. We are here for war.
Call them now.
Call names.
Call their names. So. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a weird fact to do.
Actually.
So for 3 years.
Loyalty and talent, what they have to wait till they get to do with each other.
But they say you guys got the lawyer now. Loyal to the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Say I go pay transport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you speaking from experience or what did they do your friend? When I don't see this for this comedy.
Yeah. So, Lord Fortune, Love him. So what if that way to say comedians they do, especially in Benin City, where they bring down the standard of stand-up comedy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. What about this new this thing they just brought this laughter circle that was brought up recently now?
When we down.
Laughter circle for circle restaurants for ShopRite. Hosted by peanuts and carrots now.
Laughter circle.
Yeah.
It's like a competition.
No, it's like a comedy club. Yeah. Hmm. Because the very first episode where they host last year, the video I see, the place will make sense. Yeah. But I don't know what happened. Comedians been come outside, nothing. We were just dead for a while until this year again. They don't bring her back, but we never see any videos concerning them this year. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. True. Um, why I think personally, if the comedians really create value, I think one of the issues where they get, where people they get with comedy or stand-up comedy for Benin, I say they feel like anytime they come out for these comedians, na the same thing they come here from these comedians. I don't know if you understand. Yes, bringing it back to back. Every time they just go remix and like you drop your song, remix and sing them again, remix and sing them again. If you just change the audience, yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I get. Hmm.
Say bring one babe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you have a lot to say. So I think more of it. We'll do this thing again in chapter 2 and we will bring you up so you will talk your mind fully as it be. How you see him? So we'll do phase 2 for this topic and we'll bring you come to the studio. Maybe go more edit this thing and more trash this thing as you dey be for your mind. How you see that? How you see the idea?
You get personal beef with everybody like this.
How you see the idea?
Formula 40 now once you put MC.
One love. It's all love, man. It's all love.
It's all love. It's all love.
It's all love. It's all of it. All right. Thank you very much. For those who know, that's MC Lord 40, the man with the issue of weddings. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic remains stand-up comedy, the standard, and I have someone who I look up to in the industry with us in the studio as a guest today. Somebody that this man has been of great impact to my life. There's no way I will write my story today. Any day I'm writing my story, when I just find a story to write, there's no way I will write a story that I will not put his name. You must see that name boldly written, that prophetic. Like this is a person that the very first money that I was paid as a stand-up comedian was from him. The very first time I traveled as a stand-up comedian was through him. First time they lodged me as a stand-up comedian was through him. The very first official.
They always lodge for version. Okay, continue.
Yes now.
They lodge down. They always lodge.
They gave me food. I was fed. The very first time I performed in a standard comedy show in the comedy stage was through this man in Kada Cinema. The very first time I faced the red carpet banner was through this man. I can keep on listing. This man has done a lot for me. He's somebody I respect. I call him my father. I call him no other person than the sweet, generous Lola Palooza, the get one of comedy, the hip hop cover. Let's leave that name. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you no other person than my leader, my boss, the Prophetic. My leader. Thank you very much.
W's in the chat. W's, guys.
Thank you very much, my leader.
Yes, put my voice.
All right.
They have sang your praises.
Yeah. So first of all, please, MC, please, I'll beg you for something right now, eh? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because with the record, so move for now, make the live for now, they interrupt the recording, call the frequency. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you.
Big us, Lord
MC Lord 40. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a father. I call him my parents. A man I respect so much.
Your parents, wow.
A man I can live my life for. Ladies and gentlemen,
your mommy they watch this live.
Yeah, she watch up. She know. The very first comedian that my mom now look up to was Prophetic. Like, who is this person? This is that Prophetic. Say that name. I'm like, yes, that's that Prophetic. Father, my boss. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. So, God, I love this man. Die. Oh God, Father. Thank you very much, sir.
It's your praises and worship.
You not gonna understand. Only those who know, I know.
First off, I'm very, very sorry for being late,
No
due
problem.
to contingencies beyond my control. I couldn't quite get here on time. Yeah. Rain hole with the rain.
Prophetic! Now you the rain. Prophetic! Now you the runner.
No spoiler.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be here, and I hope we're able to cover ground.
Yeah.
In the course of, and I hope I'm audible enough. My voice is
You're audible enough.
all right. So
Thank
you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, boss. So first of all, this is the Mike Bass podcast brought to you by G1 Entertainment. You already know the lawyer boy AG and
This is TJ.
Yeah. Why you this man? You don't smell too much.
I not smash you.
Yeah. Today, we talk about everything and anything entertainment, and today the topic goes stand-up comedy, the standard at which stand-up comedy is supposed to be, the standard which it is now, and the standard which it was and where it's going, so forth and so forth. Yeah. So first of all, leader, I would love you to introduce yourself to the people so they'll know who this man with us here is. If you don't know, shall go by that one.
All right, I am the Prophetic. I'm the comic I get one. I'm the spontaneity juggernaut. I'm the homo connoisseur. I'm the creative sesquippedalian daily. I'm the sui generous Lollapalooza, the illogo for so hip hop cornerers for so, the man, the myth, and of course the monolith.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the prophetic. Go and get a dictionary, Sha. Alright, brace yourself. So first of all, before we go into the topic, like for the next few minutes, let's just have like a quick introduction of who the prophetic is. First of all, like
Let the audience know you.
yeah, like a little details about you. First of all, like what your real name is.
Okay, so they should have information that they can use against me. Alright, Arehandia, RX, Iwanlei, Andrew. It's my full name. I'm from East and Southeast, local government area of the Greater Edo State, Ohodwa to be precise. If you do in Ohodwa, you do on TN, anywhere you do. So that I don't even go reach my class.
We find a rich house.
So, yeah, and of course, I'm a graduate of the prestigious University of Benin, first degree Political Science Public Administration, second degree International Relations, MSc, of course, PhD International Relations, currently PhD in view. So
Yeah.
I think that's all now.
Yeah.
I should give them my relationship status.
But the ladies, they all know now.
Yeah, drop your application
Like
now.
perpetual and the rest. You guys want
Yeah.
to know, Abi?
Drop your application.
Relationship status, currently married to my academics.
You know your mate, they want. So Malinda, like how long have you been in the comedy industry so far?
You know, first of all, you know, if when you say the industry, what do you mean? Is it being an MC or being a stand-up
Be a
comedian?
stand-up comedian.
All right, my first stand-up comedy performance was in 2019. Many persons wouldn't want to agree with that, but it was my first performance as a stand-up comedian. Yeah, of course, you know, we've been, MCing events, small events. I've MC'd a wedding. I've been MCing wedding for a couple of years before I did my first stand-up performance. I was just an MC, and there's a part of me, or they say a part of me that, at that time limited me from going fully into stand-up comedy. It was the ministry part.
Yeah.
The fact that they feel like, oh, if you're in ministry, you shouldn't be doing. I was the president of my school fellowship, Young Christian Association, YC then.
Yeah.
So, the man of God thing. You feel like, no, you should be doing stand-up comedy. But, as we continue to study God's word and continue to grow in the faith and in the word, we understood that, talent is not given to you to be buried. If God gives you a call and God gives you talent, it means God knows that two can coexist. He has to do with creating a balance. So I remember Sosa got talent, University of Benin. James Dunn was the director of Faculty of Social Sciences. In the University of Benin we have a mantra. There are two faculties in Uniben. The Faculty of Social Sciences and other faculties. So
Malila, father. I want to casually a little bit disagree with you there.
It's the reality, facts are facts. And doesn't care about your feelings. When you go to the car park in University of Benin and you say faculty, they take you straight to SOSA. If you're going to another faculty, you need to mention the name of the Faculty of Engineering. If you say faculty, you are going to Baggate. That's it.
Engineering.
So that's not disputing the impact of engineering. Of course, the engine boys,
Engine boys.
Especially those who do mechatronics,
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. Final exam mechatronics, you die, wake up. So, MC James Dunn, currently in the United States of America with his wife.
Yeah.
He was the director of Social Science Students Association, University of Benin, and he organized Sosa Got Talent. And I registered. And the grand finale was my first stand-up performance. We had the likes of now the orator MC Goodluck at the time. We had the likes of MC Uyi. We had the likes of Franklin White. There at that event that day. And they can attest to you that with my performance that day, they wouldn't believe it was my first time as a stand-up comedian. I was a contestant.
Yeah.
But after being a contestant, the crowd asked me to come back. This time not as a contestant, but just as a performer.
Yeah.
That's because my idea of comedy from the genesis has always been different. I always wanted to have a niche that was different from others because my thought was creativity. I do a lot of literature. I've been a literature teacher for about 12 years. So playing with words have been something I loved so much. And it is very evident in my kind of comedy. So I didn't want to do the get one man, get one woman. I really want to get into the minds of people and get to provoke people. Because my idea of comedy is that it goes beyond creating humor. You understand? It's a predilection of critical thinking, but it must be encapsulated in humor because it's still comedy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, 2019, July, I can remember clearly, 20LT2. LT2. So when I'm doing my 10 years as a stand-up comedian, I think I'll have to take something to LT2 and do something there because it all started there. And then I was the prophetic comedian because I needed to, put. I don't want to do this now. I'll do it in an interview for my show. I wanted to say something about the name, the prophetic. Thank God may the
Why
Lord
give us exposure?
may the Lord give you understanding.
Yeah. So I think we'll have to interview you on the show.
2019 till now. I've been a stand-up comedian. That's 7 years.
7
years.
By July.
And counting.
It's not up to 7 years, 6 years plus.
Yeah, 6 years
In
plus.
July it will be 7 years
So-
as a stand-up comedian. And
I was leaving secondary school when I started comedy.
Yeah.
So how's the journey been so far? Like, how can you describe your journey as a comedian so far?
the journey as a comedian, just like every venture, has been a bittersweet experience. Yeah, oxymoron intended. Now, first, I want to thank God for how far I've come. Yeah, as a stand-up comedian, 7 years as an independent stand-up comedian. Emphasis on independent. God has helped me, but I've worked, and of course, a few good men. Shout out to MC James Dunn. Forever indebted to him. After Sosa Got Talent, he was very particular about my upward trajectory in the industry, and
Comedy
he
space.
was so intentional that I do not have a downward slope like an Ogive curve. You understand? So after Sosa Got Talent, it was the whole Univen stuff now. Russia's welcome,
Yeah.
whatever. So at that time, my department, the orator, Maoga, then MC Goodluck had graduated. I think he graduated 2018, but they were still bringing him back for every event in the department, and because there was nobody that could fill his shoes, having left school. So, but when I came in, MC James Dunn was there. The talent was raw. It needed to be refined. It was just like, he needed to go through the fire so he can come out to be valuable. You understand? So because nobody will pay for what does not create value. So he was intentional about that. The first few events I went for, they were free now. Now freshers welcome and they just give you refreshments. That is if they have.
Like if they get.
But of course, the plan was clear, because if there's one thing I've learned from my father in the Lord, the Restoration Apostle Johnson Suleiman, is that anything you do for free, it gets to a point you do it for a pay. Yeah, when David killed a lion, nobody paid him, nobody applauded him. When he killed a bear, nobody paid him, nobody applauded him. But when it was to kill Goliath, he said, what should be done for the man? What will be done? At that time, he understood that he had grown capacity, and he said, okay, how far? What's the payment for killing? He has been killing. Yeah, nobody clapped. Nobody paid him. But when it was time to kill Goliath, because he had mastery, he had learned, and he decided to take away the L and started earning. So that was my strategy. First of all, you need to create value. When you create value, you create scarcity. So you can increase the value you've created, so that you can monetize the talent, monetize the craft. So first of all, it gave me favor with lecturers. Being a comedian, of course, the first step is popularity in school. You became popular, your name rings a bell. When they mention your name, it rings a bell. So they were like, prophetic, And so from one event, you kill it. Next event, you kill it. Now, the industry is structured in such a way that one good performance brings in another stage. Yeah. And that was just it. Before I was rolling with the top comedians in the school system. Most of them who had graduated, but they, so there was literally no major event in campus that I was not involved. If I was not involved, it means I decided not to be involved, because, of course, I needed to, you need to give me something for my craft. You understand? You need to give me something for my craft. And aside that, I was barely in school. I think from 200 level to final year, I didn't attend up to 20 classes. I was barely ever in school. If I'm in school, there's an event. You understand? And before we could leave school, I was able to, pick up a couple of awards. About, I think, 7 awards in 3 years as a student comedian. So it was just one event to another, and of course from Uniben started coming into the GRA lifestyle.
Yeah.
You came, who is that guy? I like that guy, and I always wanted to stand out. There are so many funny comedians. Edo State, Benin City has a pool of talent. 1,000 comedians, 100 jokes. They recycle. So I was very intentional about the fact that now that we have so many comedians who are funny, like inadvertently funny, I needed to stand out extemporaneously, such that although they are funny, there should be something that if they are looking for this thing, I'm the go-to person. I'm the guy. You understand? First off, I knew that I had oratory grandiloquence. I had vocab prowess. I've spent donkey years improving my vocabulary. Spent about 12 years teaching the English language. I've grown my vocabulary. So, how do I channel this into the craft? I still had to consider communication, because it's not enough to have vocab depth. When I speak and people don't understand, it means I've not communicated.
Yeah.
So I needed to make sure it sounds funny, but people also understand that this guy is sound when it comes to using words. So, of course, when you want to mention comedians who have command of the English language, you're not mentioning names without mentioning the prophet.
Yeah.
You understand? And of course, my role model, the Pata of them all played a very important role in my craft to where I am today, because he first off made me become a stand-up comedian. That's 2019. He put style. He made the craft attractive. Mean like, you don't need to be stupid. You don't need to look stupid to be a comedian. You don't have to sound stupid to be a comedian. You can be classy, you can be intelligent and be a comedian. I'm like, and that's why he's been my role model for my foul. Yeah. I don't abuse access. I don't abuse access, and he knows I'm a very, 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 very private person. You can know me for 10 years and you don't know my house. I won't know your house. But we're cool. We're very cool. So, very cool. Yeah, so that's been it. From one event to another event, to another event, to another event, to another event. Not bragging, but, we've never been in anyone's DM to say, please, I would love to perform at your event. No. Just believe that the talent will speak. If the talent is not speaking, you shouldn't beg, you should amplify the talent. He has the capacity to speak. You understand? A city that is set up on a hill cannot be hid. Yeah, yes, and so that's been the trajectory since that's been the peregrination since 2019 till today. 2022, I had my first event. It was a birthday event because I couldn't really do a show. It was a birthday event. I announced that event 10 days to the event. Yeah. It was a ticket event. Although it was my birthday, 2022, 10 days to the event. And people thought I was crazy, but I had a full hall, even if the hall was a small hall, but it was a full hall. 2023, did Kada. I think I announced that 21 days to the show. Yes, I have a habit of not announcing the show early because I believe those who will turn up will turn up. So you are supposed to plan for my show even before I announce it now. That's to show that you have value for my craft. So at a particular time of the year, he will have his show. So you should prepare. This year's show, maybe I will announce it 2 days. 2 days to the show.
2 days to the show. You're telling now this is the
tomorrow. From Agbo Park to Kada Cinemas. It was a great event at Kada Cinemas.
It was
packed up. I didn't have a stage because it was packed up. 2024, we did a huge event saying that it was a great one too, packed up. Then 2025, of course, we took the giant leap as a comedian without a sponsor. Independent comedian doing regressive and city. So the giant leap. I still didn't announce on time. 40 days to the event. 40 days to the event. And we thank God it was a great event. It was not packed up in my standard. It wasn't. I don't know about others. But although we filled the ground floor, but the gallery was not filled. So it wasn't packed up. So 2026, we're coming.
We go harder.
So if I would say, when it comes to comedy in Benin City, started comedy, you were one of the people that, how will I even put this one out? There's no way, I cannot overemphasize the effect Prophetic has been in the comedy industry.
Don't stress yourself.
Calm down.
No, I'll continue. You not spend 12 years stay train yourself
You
now.
very any
Don't disgrace us. See,
You very
we are
any
we are repping the same brand. You disgrace me here.
Very nervous. So, okay, CDC, thank you very much for joining.
Thanks for joining.
2019, no, 2023, your show at Kada Cinema was amazing. I hope I can see. Everybody I was very sick, but I said I must perform. Cody catch me for stage that day, so I did vibrate when I hold mic. But after that event, I think that was the very first time I was recognized by a few comedians that okay, will I get in contact? So I just wanted to talk today. But I was saying so far so good. It was amazing. So there was one question that we usually ask, like, before we come to the standard of comedy, what has been one of the greatest challenges you faced as a comedian, as an independent comedian to be precise? What was one of the greatest challenges you have faced?
Emphasis on the independent.
Yeah.
Okay, we must be very, very clear to avoid ambiguity.
Yeah.
Yes, and so, and we must delimit the question because comedy is broad. Are you saying as a comedian generally, or as a comedian in Benin?
As a comedian in Benin.
Benin, in South region.
Benin, South region. So, cartel. Two things.
Yeah.
One, cartel. The comedians will understand what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Cartel. Yeah. Number two is the fact that a lie has been in office for so long, so it's not accepted as the truth. The value for comedy, stand-up comedy, the value for comedy and for comedians, trying to set a standard is now seen as pride, because some persons have, rubbed the profession on the ground. You understand?
Yeah.
So it has been a challenge. Some persons have done certain things for. And I'll be like, oh, I'm doing this for you because of what you did for my guy. Maybe I'm giving you a discount because of what you did for my guy, for my brother, a fellow comedian. And I'll be like, oh, are you both related? I'm like, no. If you do something for my guy, you've indirectly done it for me. Because if my guy is struggling, then there's a problem. Because if he asks me for 5K today, I give him. He asks me for 5K tomorrow, I give him. The next day, he asks me for 5K, I not say give him. If he turn me to a bad person. So if my guy is doing well, courtesy of your support, you are indirectly supporting me. Because it means that if my guy is doing well, my guy will not need my help.
Yeah.
You understand? Because me, they use my help. Are we together now?
They use your help.
Yeah. Are we together now? So the first thing is the cartel, the fact that, and it is normal in every industry.
Yeah.
You have cartels. And it's not something that should actually be a problem for you. It's about value. Irrespective of whether the cartel accepts you or not. There are some that will not mention your name at the table of opportunities, but when their shows come, you are the first person they call. Because they understand that you create value. But they won't want to put you on certain gigs that will bring in.
Yeah.
When the money is involved, your name is not mentioned. But when they need somebody to key their show, they bring you in. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So when there's an event that involves, good pay, they call their guys. When it is their show, they call you. Because they trust you to deliver quality at their event. But when it's time for money to be involved, they take your name off the table of opportunities. I call them the Adoni Bezek comedians. Those who take off your great thumb and your great toes. Go and read about Adoni Bezek in the Bible. So it's been a problem. A problem where you see your colleague being, has close relations with maybe a CEO of a hotel and they're planning an anniversary and they're like, oh, let's bring this guy. And it's like, no worry, we'll crack the jokes. Not be joke. We'll crack joke.
Yeah.
Yes, now you're not the one paying. This is the person paying. Or issues where you see you are close to me. You have the privilege of access to me. You don't know the privilege you have with access until you are one of those that cannot access me.
Very well.
You understand?
Very, very
So we have this issue with familiarity, and it's one reason why all my senior colleagues, some of them are watching right now. No matter how close they draw me, familiarity. I try as much as possible to not be familiar with them. You understand?
Yeah.
There are some of them that it will interest some to know that I've never been in the house of my role model. Not once. The father he is, the more the regard. It's a natural phenomenon with human beings. It happens inadvertently. It happens in the subconscious. You become too familiar, you become too comfortable.
Not too relaxed.
You understand? So because you have the privilege of access now, and I come for your event as my guy, as my colleague, I see you as my brother in the race, in this field, we are struggling together to get there. I turn up for you. Now someone wants to book me. The best thing you should do, if you cannot place me on a high pedestal, is to give the person my number and tell the person to reach out to me. Then you reach out to me before the person does and be like, oh, Alpha bro, I give person your number, you go reach out to. Now see the person capacity. Then you know how you take follow up package. It's not because you are my guy and you have access to me. The person is telling you wants to bring me, and you tell the person, no worry, not prophetic, I'll bring her.
Leave her for me.
See yours, 50K, I'll bring prophetic.
Yeah.
That is a sabotage to the craft entirely. Because you might have thought that you are bringing me down. You don't know that you are bringing yourself down too.
Yeah.
Because if I am for 50K, it means that your guys are for 50K. If that person was paying you 200K, the next negotiation you want to drop it.
Yeah.
If it's that you are not worth that 200,000.
Yeah.
If your guy not worth that guy money, you understand? So this issue, the cartel issue, the sabotage, a comedian sabotaging another comedian. I've been in this building where a person wanted to buy a table for my show, and a colleague of mine told him, say, no worry, he go do my show. We were to have our event, close. My event, then his own event. You understand? I was like, no worry now. Should we don't buy table for my show? He go do my show, he go perform for my show. You're not the one buying the table. And you're my guy. You understand? The industry is deep. This is an industry where the truth, instead of setting you free, makes you a rebel. Makes them see you as a rebel. Makes them see you like a bad person. But, I've always had one philosophy. Become a bad person early. Become a bad person early. It's one thing I would tell every young comedian. Become a bad person very early. Because if you don't become a bad person when you are supposed to be a bad person, you will eventually become a bad person.
Deep.
If you don't become a bad person when you are supposed to become a bad person, you will eventually become a bad person. So if you become a bad person on the long run,
Just become a bad person.
why don't you just be a bad person from the beginning?
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to call you proud. They will later call you proud. Or you become available and not usable. You understand? Yeah. If you are available because you want everybody to call you that you are humble. Those people who are telling you that you are humble, we pay that person that is proud to come. And they want you to come for free because you are humble. And you guys are producing the same value. You understand? So it's been a challenge, the value challenge. People. There's a point I'm going to. You might be wondering why my brand is called Paradigm Shift Initiative. We're changing the status quo. Understand? To get to a point where comedy shows will take our tables. We'll get there when we're talking about the standard.
Yeah.
You understand? So no value. People coming for your show think they are coming to do you a favor. It's a challenge we've had. You're not fucking coming to do me a favor. You are buying tickets to come get value for your money. If you come and buy a bag of cement from my shop, you're not doing me a favor by buying a bag of cement. You're going to use it. So why are you paying for therapy? And you're making it seem like you are doing me a favor. It's a value problem in Benin.
Yeah.
In Benin. It's a value problem for stand-up comedy. And of course, the sky is so big that every bird can fly freely. And there will still be enough space.
Yeah.
You cannot MC your events. You cannot perform in all shows. Allow other people strive. And this is not even from the, in quotes, A-list comedians. Is within those of us who don't know our list.
Because I was personally, I never see. I've not really seen a lot, but the few I've seen, it's not be funny. I think last year we had. I was posting this comedy club, Chilling Chow comedy club, going back to back here. Even the comedy club right there, people they paid individually. Someone was trying to bring his own people into the comedy club and make it about him and his people. But we contracted individually. No, I was contracted. It came through MC Chubano, contacted me. Then I said, okay, they need 2 more people. I gave them names. Funny James, Baba Mark came in. But when we there, we went is like, don't worry. I could just bring my guys, we could just fool this place like this now. My guys could just bring people come. This place could just fool. They could just show down. No. We go do them now. But all of us did it. You want to try shift them from the people that are paid to come and do this thing to bring in your friends, because the whole cartels thing, I think, is one thing that we need to work on. People need. I don't know how it can be worked on.
It's normal to have cartels.
Yeah, it's normal to have cartel, but sabotaging other people to bring in your cartel is the issue now.
That's normal.
Now, it's about, I tell people, even in academics, I say, you grow to a point where even if people don't like you, they can't disrespect you because you have results.
Yeah.
You grow to that point. I wouldn't align with you if we're not in the same direction. You understand?
Yeah.
They might not like you, but they cannot take away the fact that you are good. Like, good. They cannot. There are people who buy tickets because they'll be like, is this guy coming for the show? You get to that point where people, you are a comedian of, in the words of Donald Trump, particular concern.
Yeah.
You understand? They're like, is he coming? When is he coming up?
Yeah.
When is he performing? We want to see him so that we can get fuck off. You understand? So it is normal. If you are my guy and I have the privilege of putting you up, I will do everything within my power to put you up. If this guy is not my guy, even if you miss me pushing this guy beside, because the person he's bringing is also a comedian, he's part of the industry.
Yeah, that's true.
We must understand. When I talk emotions aside, we can have an issue at an event. We'll quarrel. If I know you are the one for the job, I'll still put you up, even if we're not in talking terms. And we'll co-host. We don't need to be friends to work.
Yeah, very, very well.
That's it. If you still allow emotions get in the way of your job, it means you are not a professional. That's the issue I'm having. The professionalism of the craft. We'll get there. We're talking about the standard.
Yeah.
So, if somebody was trying to bring his guys in, you bring your guys in.
Yeah.
I will tell people, if you are disrespected at a table and you know you were not the one who carved that table, you get the fuck off from the table. Sorry for the F word.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of that table. There's still a lot of trees
To make a table.
in the forest. Go make your table and make the rules on your table.
Because that fact also applies in what we see, not just in the comedy space, like everywhere. Just like in the hype space now. The hype space is like, it's not that old in general. Like, it's been there, but it's not that like well known in general. So when the hype space now came on, everybody has their own cartel. If you're not among this particular cartel, I think one of my very close friends wanted to do club opening back then. I don't tell you a story now. I want to do club opening back then. We were chatting with the one making arrangement. I went to the place, we got a nice location and everything. I think 2 weeks to the bachelor came out, and I saw some. I was like, we were talking that the batch will not come out now. I was like, we just don't have anything here, but you still come now. And I look at it. I looked at the batch and I saw 3 people that we don't align, because in this one to now, let's say I'm a raptor. A Kenwa Road get their cartel, but me not join their cartel, because if you are, because me, it's like what I learned from my mentor. If you join the cartel, they go just want everything from me for free. Somebody has called me before that they want me to go and host one event. Now I just host, I do everything for the one, just one particular event. To then we don't talk. I was waiting for the part that you get okay. How what's the revenue like? The word meet up now. Not be Victor Brown where you be. That was when the conversation. As he just that was now then the conversation until now. We still if we see each other face to face. Hello, bros, I greet you. But that now there the thing you saying because it's like the thing don't turn habit for their body now, especially for Benin, don't turn habit. You know, if you not join it, they must find a way to anytime your name is mentioned to like remove you from the equation.
So the question of standard in stand-up comedy, basically, what's the major thing that has been bringing down the standard of comedy in Benin City? Like, we're talking about we're using Benin City as um, a point of concern currently in this whole interview.
So like Benin is your case study.
Yeah, Benin is a case study here because the industry in Benin and industry in Lagos is quite different.
Yeah.
Somehow, to some extent.
In what aspect?
Let's put it like this now. Well, I've seen some in Lagos. I've not been. We don't have a first-hand information of things going on. We can say this is where we are currently. This is where we are. This is where we know. Okay, this is what's going on and everything. This is where okay. This is where you host your shows for now. This is where you host events and everything. So you know these are the things that are going on here. You can't say these same things that are happening here in Benin is happening in Lagos. Sometimes Lagos we have comedy clubs where people go to perform comedy. There are comedy clubs in Benin, but there's a difference.
There's no comedy club in Benin.
Okay.
You have bars.
We have bars and there's comedy hen. That's the thing. That was something we were talking about today before.
We have bars, no comedy clubs.
Yeah, lounge.
Thank you. We have comedy lounge. Let's put it like that. So I cannot say if we are bringing comedy club as an issue where there's a place to showcase your talent. I cannot call that an issue for Lagos if they have comedy clubs. And we don't have that in Benin. That's okay. Why is it Benin as a case study in this situation? So what was one of the major issues? Well, we have comedians talking about there are a lot of issues comedians are talking about. Issues say comedians begging money on stage, comedians not preparing for their own show, comedians hosting their show and not having materials for their own show, and a lot of other issues that people have talked about in the past. So what's like that issue you think is the thing, one of the major things bringing down the standard of comedy, of stand-up comedy in Benin City?
Okay, the first, I think you will need to articulate.
Yeah.
Articulate your point. The last one you talked about is not preparing materials
Yeah.
for your show. You talked about begging money on stage.
Yeah.
That I think that is endemic in Nigeria. It's not
Yeah,
particular.
it's not particular
It's
to
not
Benin City.
particular to Benin. We don't
It's
beg in
in
Benin.
Nigeria.
I've to a very large extent I've been around the country. You understand? Not every state, but every region.
Yeah.
Every of the 6 geopolitical zones. I've been there to do comedy. And, thank God for the likes of, I call him the funniest man from Edo State, MC Casino, my role model, MC Edo Pekin, the likes of Oga John Bosco, the likes of Honorable Madiba, the likes of Action, Comedy in Action, the likes of King James.
Yeah.
They've taken
Comedy
to a whole new level, a whole new pedestal. They've raised the bar, and we are trying to reach the bar so that we can lift it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bit higher. Now, when you talk about the standard, if you are saying the standard is falling, then you must have empirical data to back up this claim, and you must do a qualitative comparative analysis. If you are saying the standard is falling, it means that it was somewhere before and it's below where it is. So where was it before now? In Benin. Since you are if you were saying in Nigeria, it would have been more wholesome. But now in Benin, if you say the standard is dropping, now how will we having shows? Let's use let's say the temporal issue here is 10 years, 2016 to 2026. 10 years ago, how did we have shows in Benin and how are shows now? Is there an improvement or
Is there a decline?
there's a decline, a considerable decline in terms of turnout in terms of production, in terms of creativity, in terms of originality of the materials that are dropped in these events. These are the things we will look at.
Yeah.
I, for one, personally, will say that it is improving. Comedy in itself is improving. You must look at the people. I tell you what, I don't listen to American comedians. And a lot of people are surprised that they think, given my style of comedy, I listen to. I studied a research-based course, political science, and I'm going forward for a PhD in that same area. And I understand that if you are seeking knowledge, the knowledge you seek should be relevant to your present reality.
Yeah.
Knowledge becomes irrelevant. Knowledge becomes irrelevant when you are answering questions that no one is asking. So I did not study an American comedian because I don't have an American audience.
So you don't listen to the Dave Chappelle?
I don't need to listen to them. I don't want to be funny to Americans. First off, I don't even like to sound like an American. If I speak English, you should know I'm a Nigerian. You should have that Nigerian grit in it. I'm Nigerian. Where do he? Oh, yes, sir. You understand? Yes, I'm making. I'm a mixed breed of Edo and Isan. You understand? So now, okay, that comment is funny.
Victor, see us bring the pen our house.
Now,
I don't know, they rock me, oh Jesus.
Now, you must understand that we must not westernize what we have.
Yeah.
It's an issue we're currently having with Nollywood. The over westernization of Nigerian movies. And if we bring that into comedy, we're going to destroy the craft that people have labored and have died for. When I see comedians misbehave, my anger is not because of what they have just done. It's the fact that you are disregarding the labor of those who have worked hard to make sure that the industry gets to where it is today. I'm not American. You can't do American style for people in Igbo. It just won't work. As an economist, as a business person, the first basic law of economics you must understand is the economics of feasibility. You must do feasibility study. You don't go to a remote street and open a boutique. It's not village people that will deal with you. It's your stupidity that is dealing with you. Everybody that will buy on credit. That is not the location for that business.
Yeah. Say later now, again.
You understand? There are certain things even if you are trying to introduce these things, you don't introduce them revolutionarily. It's an evolution. It's a gradual process. You get the people used to it over time because naturally humans have the capacity to resist change. Because this is how I've always done it, is the greatest hindrance to advancement.
Yeah.
So if you want people to do things differently, you don't just bring it all of a sudden. You introduce it gradually. Together. Now, it's been an issue. You want to bring the American style, no? If God willing, I get an invite to the United States to perform, of course, I will get to watch. I'm a fast learner. And say, okay, these artists are done. And of course, I will still do my business stuff. I have universal jokes. You must know I'm a Nigerian.
Yeah.
If a Chinese speaks, you know he's Chinese, even if he speaks fluent English.
Definitely.
The accent is there. We are the only ones who lose our accent. You've never been there where you're in it. You know? So, will you copy? Are there things you should copy from them? The setup and stuff like that. Perfect. But the performance, the delivery, no. The things they say that are funny to those guys, if you say it in Benin, they will tell you to leave the stage. You are real. You are speaking to your people. You understand? You are speaking to your people. Your people should be able to feel you. Comedy is relative. It is one thing we must understand. It is a relative craft. What it means is that you have to relate with what I'm talking about before it can be funny to you.
Yeah.
You understand? If I'm talking, are you a science student? If I talk to you about osmosis now, you'll be lost. You won't find it funny.
Yeah.
But a science student will find it funny. A life science student will find it funny if I do jokes around osmosis. You understand?
Yeah.
A few days ago, I did a joke somewhere, and someone laughed after like 5 minutes. After like I've gone past, I don't go.
Don't think.
That was when she got it. I was like, the problem with some relationships, why people complain about their sexual life not working well, is because some men are too straight to the point. They don't know how to beat around the bush. And I said sisters, I said bush, not forest. And she laughed after I was discussing about money. I had gone past that topic before she laughed out loud. She was like, "You funny." So it's relative.
Yeah.
You understand? So take away the Americanization. We call it McDonaldization in international relations of people. Now, when you talk about the standard, 10 years ago, 90% of the big shows in Benin were held at Hexagon, the Civic Center, open air, the biggest of shows. Night of 1,000 Lab Benin used to be open air at Hexagon Airport Road or the Civic Center. I go say used to have his events in Benin. AY had his events in Benin. I think it was open air too. Eto Pekin used to have the events open air. 10 years ago, the likes of Oyamachi, the senator, Maoga, used to have his events in church. No ticket. That time we're talking about in Benin, because the craft had not gotten value that it has now.
Yeah.
But now you see young is like I, like Fonfu the comedian, selling at request, paying millions for a hall. At how many years we did the industry? It took these guys tens of years to attempt their first major event in a hall in Benin. It shows that although you might now the issue we're having is you are comparing Benin to Lagos. You must understand the reality. It is not a talent problem. The difference between Benin and Lagos is not a talent problem. It's a money problem. How many major brands have headquarters in Benin City? Benin is a civil service state. Apart from lounge and hotels, lounge and hotels are the biggest employer of labor in Edo State after the Edo State government.
Facts.
So where do you get a brand that gives you 10 million to sponsor your show? In Benin. Even in Lagos, the industry in the mainland is not as progressive as the industry in the island within the same Lagos.
Yeah. They're not even far from each other.
Within the Lagos metropolis. So you must understand that factor. You don't take, it's not something to be emotional about. When they were saying Edo not be Lagos, Edo not be Lagos, Edo can never be Lagos in the first place. Who puts you in the same? Edo only has history. If we're talking about history, the ancient Benin kingdom, one of the greatest kingdoms in the 15th century and 16th century. You understand? But in terms of development, WWE rose to formulated the 5 stages of development. I think Lagos has passed through the first stage, which is a precondition for takeoff. When it rains in Benin, you know what I'm talking about. Nobody comes out for your event anymore.
Yes, now.
You understand? So you must look at the factors.
Yeah.
We had a governor who declared curfew for over 2 years. So Edo people now believe that 8 o'clock was sleeping time. How do you expect industry to thrive in that kind of a state? Where everybody lock shops and people go home at 8. And this is prime time for comedy shows. Because you can't gather people in the daytime. They have to go to work. They have to be engaged in productive activities. Comedy is supposed to be therapy where they come to relax. You're talking about comedy club. How do you have a successful comedy club in Benin? Would you want to open one? Would you want to invest in one? Who are those who will come on a weekday in Benin? You must understand the reality of people. People have different value system. They have different priorities.
Yeah.
You understand? In Lagos, you have Lagos is supposed to be the capital of Nigeria. Yes. If we were working as a proper country should work. Yeah. But it's unfortunate that the country we live in, I can't even compare it to a zoo. Because a zoo is organized. You understand?
Stray bullets.
So I'm not talking about, I don't want to talk about the the draconian party in power. So you must understand those factors that play out Benin and Lagos. How many people leave Lagos to come to Benin to hustle? You leave Benin to go to Lagos to hustle. So you think you want to compare? There's no business you situate in Benin and situate the same business in Lagos, giving the same realities that the one in Benin will do better than the one in Lagos. Ceteris paribus. There's all things being equal. A business in Benin and a business in Lagos. The business, even the church, which is one of the biggest business in Benin, it still thrives more in Lagos.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you have a greater pool of resources in Lagos than you have in Benin. People can't give what they don't have. Now don't chop belly food, go pay a ticket for comedy show. You understand? No matter how big you are, if you come to Benin, you will struggle for an event. Call any big person. A Lagos show will be easier for Davido than a Benin show if he wants to sell organic tickets. Organically. He wants to sell organically. Worry. You understand? So the factors. So you wouldn't say currently is declining in Edo. I wouldn't accept that. We need to collect empirical data. We need to check out the sizes of shows in the last 10 years and see the trajectory. You understand? Then you have to also look at the porosity of entertainment now. Every chipmunk, I don't even know the right adjective to use that we effectively qualify these. Just see, everybody wants to do shows. You see some shows and you see, I've never seen this person in an event. Like never. There are persons in Benin that organize shows. Of course, it happens in Lagos where you have people who are just into showbiz. Yeah. That is all they do. They're into showbiz. They are not entertainers. In Port Harcourt, we have a lot of them. They are not entertainers, they're not comedians, but they have successful shows back to back. We will know. You don't call yourself, you camouflage as a comedian and you engage in guerrilla shows. You have guerrilla warfare. You're not a comedian, you do shows. So we're having an issue of too many substandard shows in Benin. Substandard, coming to that your other point of comedians having shows. And now, why do I have a comedy show? Benin comedians must understand that comedy shows are not annual festivals. There's one thing I've learned from Buffy is that if I don't have something to say, I won't do a show. Although he's a writer, it's not just a stand-up comedian like the others. Yeah. So he has to. That's why you see, you cannot train more balance while he's on stage. He waits for you to finish your madness and continues his storyline. Yes. Structure. Now, you don't have a comedy show because you want to have a comedy show. First of all, when you see the tags of some comedy shows, you are just like, what is one doing? What is one doing? And the person comes on stage, what he's talking about, imagine you do a show on culture, maybe culture wave or culture expo or culturally speaking. And then on the day of your show, you are in a suit. Or jeans. From the or your photo shoot for the show.
You're not aligned.
It does not even tell. There's no alignment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You understand? The setup of the show does not, portray culture. The culture you're trying to talk about. If probably culture is a multifaceted word. Maybe you're talking about comedy culture, not traditional culture. But our understanding here is ordinary understanding to the layman. When you say culture, feeling like traditional, stuff. So we have a lot of persons who have no business in showbiz. You start up a show and you say the reason you have not done certain things is because you've not bought tickets. Are you serious? They've not bought ticket. That's why you've not done the basic. Well, yeah, of course, with ticket money coming to support your event, since you don't have a sponsor, yes, fine and good, but at least you should. The Bible says anyone who wants to build a house will not first sit down and count the cost.
Yeah.
You don't embark on a project on faith. You're not Bishop David Oyedepo, and comedy is not Kenaland.
We mountain we dey do for you.
You understand?
No go pray for mountain.
We're having a lot of, that's what is bringing disregard. And it's one reason why some persons who used to support shows, buy tables, have stopped. Because they don't get value for their money. They come from one show, the show is watery. Let me use that word. It's watery. So the next time when you want to meet them, they don't want to.
You don't want to involve in that show again.
If I give you value for your money, you'll come back again.
Yes.
I often tell persons, if you always have one-time customers, it means there's something you're not doing right. Even if they don't patronize you again, someone else should patronize you from their referral. That's what makes you understand that you are doing something right. If your customers are always one time, the biggest review you can have as an entertainer is that the person you have worked for require your service again.
Yes.
That's the biggest review. You understand? So we have persons who have no business being in showbiz, running shows. You can be a comedian until you have capacity, until you have grown stature before you do a show. You don't do a show and your hall is empty. You should know you have the capacity to. You relationship is currency. It goes beyond the talent. One of the biggest shows in Nigeria is not organized by one of the biggest comedians in Nigeria, K.O. Baba. Go and check his show in Port Harcourt. It's like a crusade. He has grown capacity. He might not be the most popular. He doesn't have social media presence. I call his name now, you might not know him.
Yeah. Let's just say she want the guy.
Check it for his shows. Go and check it. It's like a crusade. His regular is more than the entire crowd of, if you put two of the biggest comedians in Nigeria together, their shows together. It's his regular. Because he has invested in relationships. Oftentimes I hear people say, Prophetic should not be student. Like, he gets students now. And I often ask one question. The people saying that, didn't they go to school?
Aura for aura.
I'm not graduate.
Aura for aura.
Why don't you? I graduated how many years ago? I'm done my master's, I've run my PhD. And you think it's my classmate that will take up? Oh, he's a lecturer, he's a student. Go and lecture. Go and lecture. You went to school. How many of your lecturers will invite you out for an event and you will go? Talk more of pain. It's relationship, it is currency.
Yeah.
So as a comedian, you must be very intentional about making sure that you keep, good relationships with people. Not faking it. We have a lot of fake entertainers. One thing I've never done is having an event, and because my event is approaching, I start visiting places I don't visit on a normal day.
On a normal basis.
I can't come to Club Raptor because my show is closed. If I've not been coming to Club Raptor before, I'm being fake.
Yeah.
And it shows that I want to have a fake show. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we have a lot of non-laughing audience in Benin. Because you perturbed them to buy the ticket. You pricked them into buying the ticket. So the only reason they are there is because they paid money for ticket. They are not there to laugh. And you fill them up in front, making your comedian struggle. No, the reason the people are not laughing is not because they are not funny. Simply because the people didn't come out to laugh. They are not organic crowds. They are not
Their
organic.
real intentions not be to call laugh.
You understand? They are not organic. That's why we are adding a whole lot of jamboree to comedy shows, dancers, magicians. To get to a point where a comedy show will just be comedy. 2 hours, 3 hours, we're done. We'll go. That's how we do this at the country. 2-3 hours, comedy, you go. So, if I want to have a show today, it's because I know that I have materials that nobody will give me enough time to deliver those materials in his show.
Yeah.
No one is going to give me 30 minutes in a show.
Yeah.
Outside the time factor, you want to steal a show.
Now you
You want to steal a show. You want people to talk about you instead of the person organizing the show. Now, so what do I do? Because I don't have enough time to deliver my set at anyone's show. So I have to cut my set, and I have to do my own show. So that I can now perform.
Yeah.
Because I have something to say. How do you plan a show and you don't plan your performance? Like you plan a full show. We have comedians who are so concerned about the success of the show and not about their performance. They want a full hall. Is getting a full hall good? Yeah, fine and good. You need it for the production. But what are you going to be producing just the crowd? There are comedians that after their show they only post the performances of other comedians on YouTube.
Yeah.
You will not see
You
their
wanna
own
see their own
performance.
post.
We have comedians in Benin who just do show and all they come is to tell the people, thank you for coming, we'll go again next year. They want to come, hey, I see you, Imagine Popo factory.
Don't allow
See
their
you,
guys.
I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Cecilia.
Let's say you know they see them before.
You understand. So you're not performing. And these people came out for you. Now you don't perform. You are not relying on. I told one of my colleagues in Agborod, I said, I'll be in your show. You are going up before me. If you are not funny, I won't perform. You've got to be funny. You want to work. You must funny. You can't be planning a show. It's just like I organize an inaugural lecture. Or I have a seminar presentation. I prepare food, I prepare everything for the seminar, and then not prepare my own presentation. The school will first of all reconsider the admission that I've been given. That actually this one is fit for this program.
Yeah.
Like who won't sanction this guy's admission into this PG program? You understand? That is how I see comedians who organize shows, do red carpet, backdrop, do everything, do banner everywhere in Benin as if they are contesting for the House of Rep. And then on the day of the show, nothing, no zero performance. Zero performance. They also have the issue of turning shows to carnival. All your guys must not be at your event. You mustn't put all your guys in your show. In fact, to also give people variety. I had my show last year. 90% of my guys were not in my event. I didn't have my brothers in my event. MC Pin Mouse is from my place, he's from my village. We're not just we're from the same village. We've been cool for a very long time. He wasn't in my show. My brother Pongoji was not in my show. The orator, I was all the way from University of Benin, was not in my show. It was only Bros Joe that was in my show. Sammy Joe was not in my show. MC Carrot was not in my show. Last year, I'm listening to people that you know that we are very, very, very.
Yeah,
You understand? These are extremely witty comedians who we are very, very close. But Bazi was not in my show. But they were not in my show. Reason is because everybody cannot be in the show.
Yeah.
There's another show coming up. I bring these people that were not in the previous show. Oh, my brother, you'll be in my show, you'll be in my show. We'll come together. If it's 5-6 persons we're having in the show, I know that I'm having those 6 persons I just mentioned now can give me 3 hours of solid performances. 3
back
hours.
to back.
They can all give you 20 minutes of non-stop laughter.
Yeah.
So if I bring 4 of them, that is 80 minutes. Plus my 1 hour performance. That is a full show.
Yeah.
So imagine I put all of them and I add those I put in my show. People will now sit there in the show for a very long time. Now the human brain works in a kind of way. No matter how entertaining, there's something we call utility in economics. That is satisfaction you derive from the consumption of a commodity or a service. Now, once you start consuming, your utility is as you consume the first unit, your utility increases. The more you consume, your utility continues to increase till it gets to a point where it declines. You return from school on a sunny Friday afternoon with your school bag over your head. You remember how we used to do it those days? You are extremely after playing football for hours after school. You are extremely thirsty. You get home, you open the refrigerator. God being gracious to you, you have bottles of water, cold, extremely chilled. The first gulp you will have, the satisfaction you will derive from that gulp is different from the satisfaction you will derive from the second gulp. The more you continue to drink water, it gets to a point you are getting satisfaction from taking water. But it gets to a point where your extra consumption of water no longer brings you satisfaction. You've gotten it up to this point.
Yeah.
It happens the same way in comedy shows. No matter how interesting a movie is, when you watch it for a very long period, you have to pause and do something else. Your mind just wants to do something else. You want to press your phone or do something. Is the movie still interesting? Yes, but you are tired of seeing that particular interesting movie. The next day, you might be more interested in continuing from where you stopped. That is how the human mind works. It's dynamic. So you don't keep people in a comedy show for 6 hours seated. They are tired. That is what happens when you have too many persons on your list. And you know one of the problems we've been in? You don't pay your colleagues that come for your event. At least give them a stipend. A stipend of like 20,000 naira or even 10,000 naira. So if you are giving a stipend of 50,000 naira to everyone that comes for your show, nobody will tell you to reduce it from 20 to 10.
Definitely.
Because doing 20 means you are spending 1 million on stipends. If you do 10, that's 500,000. You want to reduce it to 5. If you are going to lodge everybody that comes for your event, make hotel reservations for them, you will reduce the number of artists you put. So because you are not giving them value for the craft, you are getting them for free. So you want to put you want to put the whole community.
Yeah.
So then you start giving comedians. You start putting. You bring someone like Fun Food for your event, and you tell them, please just do 5 minutes, just do 2 minutes. I'll be 3 minutes more. You're Russian. People still plenty
For backstage.
My guys were not at my event. We are cool. We are good.
Yeah.
They understand the fact that there are some of them that had their event. I'm not in their event. I will still go and show them support. Everybody must not be in the show. This issue of turning a show to a village carnival, it has to end. These are the issues we are having. People are too busy. If a person comes out to sit down and listen to you for 2 hours, you know what 2 hours is? Because that person is going to still spend time to go back home.
Yeah.
That whole time is calculated to the time is given to you. So you don't keep people like that. So the issue of comedians not preparing, if you don't have jokes, just let people know that you are not. If you know you're not performing in the event, host it. Be the host. MC it.
Just start it up.
MC it. Be relevant. Don't stay backstage and not do grand entrance. They on lights for you, and after we on lights for you, they only spray you. You dance, and
Thank you. I see you.
you understand. Then don't have too many entertainers. You show. You see some graphics. There are some. I'm too close to the person. I can't say I won't go, but I will not post it.
That's something names.
I've declined an event like that. Sharp. Hype is worse too. There's this guy that invited me to a show at Nollywood. I said no while because my guy we literally started together going on years back. So when I was like, send me the graphics, let me post. She sent it. I look. I tell you so now. 12 F men, bro. 12 F men day, and he never had my name. He said me join the like top 4. I was like, top 4 still day up on all this 12. I said no, this your show still. I go come, bro. But I don't perform.
Maybe all of you will perform like a mass choir.
Like how? How you take
Better give me
because if on the normal standard let's say you want to give any man a reasonable time to perform. Let's say you want rush in 30 minutes. How many hours your show day for you to have 12? And you have like 10 DJs. How many of them? How many times you want me DJ switch, carry laptop, cause to switch up set? Like the crowd will be confused for what they want to do.
You understand? The people are tired. People should be able to come for a comedy show and they're able to remember the performances of comedians.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that guy, it's funny. This guy. When you have 20 comedians come on stage, you can't even remember who did what, when, and how. As if the person was exceptional. That is why I think comedians be exceptional. People should go back, even if they're not talking about comedy, they'll be like, that guy, the way he dressed, that guy when he wear, or that guy when they speak English.
Unique in your own way.
There's something to talk about.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's another issue. Then you talked about one more thing. So the issue of decline, I don't agree. It's not declining.
Yeah.
Comedy is actually improving in Benin. But we're having too many unnecessary shows. I won't say too many shows because every show employs labor, and that's what we want. No matter how small it is. Have you seen some shows and see that graphics is like what you design with a phone? You want to have a show, you cannot even have a proper graphic designer. You cannot even go to the studio and get a digital picture. Some persons you ask an entertainer, you ask the person for a picture for confirm, the person will send you a Snapchat picture. This is a person that has been in the industry for a couple of years, not a newbie. You understand? Then we had the issue of comedians not appearing well. Not appearing well. You understand? Back in the days, where the standard has dropped is professionalism. In those days, you come for comedy shows on suit. It's a white collar job.
Comedy is a white collar job.
Because now you come for shows, you with jeans and polo with pan, and you go on stage. Not my stage. You understand?
So if your friend now wears jeans, polo, and pie, not
He won't perform.
Yeah, that's non-negotiable. Yeah, I think
you tell her.
He won't. He
Won't
won't.
say today class serious.
He won't. He won't. He won't perform. Off stage, I'm not a comedian.
Yeah.
My students often say you're too serious to be a comedian. So I argue it until they see me on stage. You know, it's a serious business. It's a serious business. Listen, oh God, come. How do you not dress well? Imagine a bank addressing shabby. Will you invest in that bank? So why do you want people to invest in comedy when the comedians are shabby? Nobody prize you above the value you place on yourself. Have you ever gone to a place where they tell you something is 10,000 naira and you are like, oh no, nah, not be 15k? People will always try to. If I am to host a show, it's been a standard of if I'm hosting your event, I'm in a new dress. If I am hosting your event, I'm the MC of your event, I'm in a new dress. No matter how casual the dress may be, but I'm in a new dress. That is the value we've placed on the craft. You don't dress shabbily. Some persons in their own show, their show. No plan for clothes. But they set ticket. So people see you come out casual. How do they place value? These are salient areas that we might see as trivial, but they are colossally important. These things are important. People are watching. See, you wouldn't know that people are watching you. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that people are watching you. Yes. You understand? People are watching. People are seeing what you do. There are persons that will like you not because you are funny. There are too many persons who are funny. They just like you because of the way you speak, or they will like you because you are very knowledgeable. You are grounded. And as a comedian, be a jack of all trade. You see this quote, jack of all trade, master of none. That's not the complete quote. Jack of all trade, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Versatility. You must be versatile. Yeah, come on. Now let's stand up. I did do.
I'm not the host.
I'm not the host.
Now let's stand up. I did. Of course, we have those who hosting is their fault. When I say fault, FORTE, that is their strength, area of strength.
Yeah.
You must understand your area of strength as a comedian and understand the kind of crowd you are funny to. You mustn't prove yourself everywhere. There are shows you will see at a point, you say this show don't spoil. I'm not going on to perform. So every time you want to be a messiah, I'll wake up. Jesus, Lazarus, come forth.
Show where they come out.
Don't be this crowd, no reason.
Show that has gone beyond comatose. You understand? You must understand your strength and know the place where you are called into. In comedy is like ministry. We have the fivefold. There are some that we called to be apostles. There are some that we called to be teachers. That's all. You understand? I can't perform and you not learn. Unless you are a fool. Whether a good thing or a bad thing, but you must
Learn something.
Take something.
You understand? There are others who are just very, very fictional, non-existent things. I'm very empirical. You must be existent. So you understand your strength. So that you don't go and start judging yourself by the strength of another person. If a fish judges his strength by his ability to climb tree, he will continue to see himself as a failure. It's not in his capacity to climb trees. So if the monkey is jumping from tree to tree, the fish should tell the monkey, come into the water. This is my turf.
Fish up for you, because swim.
You must understand. You must understand it. So some comedians don't even understand their talent. You must understand your gifting. That is what is causing this whole shambling. There are comedians who have no business with hosting a show. You are a social media sensation. You have no business hosting a show, especially if you are playing a comic character that is very unique. How do you sell your ticket? You that they see online and they respect you, start going from house, going to meet people, and they start arguing that you are not that, especially if you are the one that don't make up for your skit and you blow up. You have no business having a stand-up comedy show. Even if you were a stand-up comedian before, you can attend other person's shows. If you want to do a stand-up comedy show, you should create a new concept. Not maybe you are one comedian that wears wig and a big clothes on your skits and then you blow up and you want to have a show. Don't worry now. If you're in Benin, sell your ticket now. Because if you're in Lagos, you can have someone that will buy the show. For example, in Lagos, you can get someone buy the show from you. All you have to do is to come and perform on that day. How he sells the ticket, it's none of your business. In Benin, we don't. That's what I talk about, locational factor. We don't have that here in the ancient city of Benin. You understand? So, professionalism of the craft. Begging money. We're all victims of that, growing up in the industry. Everybody do. That's why as a stand-up comedian, if you know that comedy, you're not up there, you should have something doing that can feed you so that you don't become a beggar on stage. Understand? At least God has helped us to a point in the industry. Right now, you can't come and spray me while I'm performing. I wouldn't accept that. If you want to give me money, you should give it to me with respect. This is a dignified job. There's dignity in this labor that I'm doing. I won't tell people, come and have a good job. I'm carefully employed. Comedy is what I love to do. And comedy is my profession. You should respect me. You understand? I can't come on stage and see somebody and say, hey, chairman, that shows that you didn't prepare a set. Is spontaneity good? Yes, fine and good. But not spontaneity is good when something happens and then of course you have to inadvertently maybe respond. Not you come up and you start hailing people because you want to collect money from them. If I bring you to my show and you do that, that is the last time you'll be in my show. It shows that you did not prepare for my show. You didn't prepare a set. Fonfu is having a show on the 29th. He's preparing his set. I'm preparing my set.
Yeah,
May 29th. Request in the city. As he prepares his set, I prepare my set. Because he trusts me to put me in his show. Because if I put him in my show and he does not prepare his set, he don't set.
Make everybody fall out.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's the reality. So lack of professionalism. Right now I'm in the studio because my legs will not show. I'm in a slide. After this session, I'm going for a show. My shoes waiting for me. Once I get in the car, I put on my shoes. Because I'm going on someone's stage, no matter how small it is. You cannot see me performing, even if it's at a bar. Because it's not about the place, it's about you.
The person.
Wherever a king sits, is his throne. We carry this job with dignity. There was a time where if you say you are a comedian, your parents don't want to hear that you're a comedian. Yeah. The reason your parents love it that you're a comedian now is because they've seen that the job is lucrative. People placed it there. So you don't go and drag it down for the next generation that's coming. Because the next generation will not look at you and see that it is a norm, it's a standard.
Yeah, it's like, is this what he has to offer?
Not a joke. Why do you think banks, when you start working at the bank as a marketer, they change your wardrobe? The bank changes your wardrobe. Because you are going to talk to clients. You shouldn't be looking. They get you a car on hire purchase. You can't climb the bike to come and tell someone to invest 20 million. And you are alighted from a bike.
Possible.
No.
So the bank tries to make sure that you are projected in a way that you are appealing to potential investors. That is how you should appear as a comedian. If you are having any public appearance as a stand-up comedian, then of course you have to, as a matter of conscientiousness, be deliberate on what you wear and how you appear. Be deliberate. Make conscious and deliberate effort to look good. I'm not trying to tell you to break the bank. You necessarily don't have to break the bank to look good. Know how to combine colors. How do you wear purple and blue? Are you a masquerade?
Orange and pink.
Are you a masquerade? Blue trousers, purple t-shirt, white shoe,
Or slide.
or croc, and walking like a.
A couple we are outside.
And you're wondering that people are not taking you serious. There's something that dressing well does to you. The confidence that comes from it. It's a professional job. When you see a banker going to work in the morning, you know that this is a banker. You don't have to be told.
Yeah.
When people see comedians, they should know. If you're a comedian, stop dressing like a musical artist. That's what appeals to their craft. They need to dress like that. Because whether you like it or yes, anyone in a professional setting is an actor. Once you're in your place of work, you are acting. That is not the real you. You have to act. When I'm in class, you think that's who I am. That's not who I am now. I have to act the lecturer role perfectly till I leave the class. As a comedian, people are watching you, you will not know. You understand? The day I became conscious of the way I do things was I think it was at a carnival. I was at a carnival, and then we had some persons from the Edo State government. The governor did not come, the deputy governor came on. When I came in, they were just introducing. I would say I didn't even know they were there, and were like, is that not that comedian that speaks English? The deputy governor was seated, and they called me, and I went to greet them. So these guys have been watching. They know you. They attend the event. They see you. They know how you dress. They know how you talk. Is your speech seasoned? And aside being funny as a comedian, what else do you have to offer? Because there are times it's not being funny that they want. Yes, now. So any man could not call you to come for their event to be funny. It goes beyond being funny. Are you there? And most many comedians should try to create universal jokes. So you go Ghana, you go to say for up I.
Get with this one for sampling road.
Yeah. So that is it. We should add professionalism to the craft. If you're coming for a person's show, you should put value on the show. Not because of the person, but because of
brand.
Not even because of your brand. If I say because of your brand, it's being selfish. You understand? Because of the craft in totality. You understand? People worked hard. There was a time in this Benin where if you want to do show, there are some persons there are principalities and powers you have to go and settle before you can have a show.
You go appease the gods first.
Person's fault to bring it to where. So when you are saying the standard, I
think the question I was asking them, where the mistake in the question was, back then, I was saying something before you came there. Before you can insult somebody, say, yeah, you are a comedian as an insult. It gets to a point where you cannot insult somebody being a comedian. Comedian has a certain value.
Yes,
which doesn't have then. But now he has gone to a stage where he has value. But some certain characters tend to drop the value which it already has.
That's the lack of professionalism.
Yeah, like that was they reduced the standard.
Because when I said the decline of the value, I don't mean he has been going down from where it was. It got to a point. It picked up from where it was to where it is. And the decline is from where it is now. The certain characters that want to bring it down to that point where it was before.
Orientation. The orientation. So persons don't see it as a career.
Yeah.
So persons don't see comedy as an end. They see it as a means to an end. You understand?
Yeah.
So people engage in businesses for different reasons. So you might not ask this person that is a comedian, why is this person a comedian? Is it because he just want to get daily bread? Or this person already has daily bread? For example, if I don't have a show for 3, 5, 6 months, I'll still be fine. I'm still good. If I decide today to say I don't want to do comedy anymore and I go to ND in 6 months, I will come out as a 2-star lieutenant with my correct qualification. I'll start a career in the military. I have options. So if I'm doing comedy, it's not because I lack options. Because I know that I am talented and I wouldn't just allow this talent to go to waste. And I know that there are a lot of persons, whether I accept it to myself or not, there are a lot of persons who are inspired.
Yes, definitely.
And there are a lot of persons who genuinely love my craft. That, backing down will hurt. You understand? Imagine being a lieutenant and I come to crack joke for you. You whether if you laugh.
No laugh, yeah.
I wear your uniform enter the place first.
You understand? So it is a lack of professionalism. You understand? And it's not just in comedy. It's a cultural thing. We have cultural decline. Have you seen the way some police officers dress?
If they stop yourself, your first look the first.
You understand? It's a cultural thing. Have you seen some soldiers? Even with their uniform. Casual.
I see a doctor in a squeezed uniform. Just yesterday.
Casual. You understand? So it's an issue. It's an issue of orientation. It's an issue of orientation. When you have a right orientation, and it's an issue of perception. They don't perceive the job to be that important. You understand? If you're a teacher in a proper system, a school, maybe a secondary school, for example, and it is mandatory for all teachers to be in a pair of shoes, even if you come with slide from your house, once you get close to the school, you should change. It's value, indoctrination. You understand? So it is the standpoint from which these comedians, perceive the craft that leads to this lack of professionalism. Being a professional is you will do what is needed even if you are not convenient, even if it's not convenient for you, but because that is what is required, you have to do it.
Yeah.
That is what being a professional is, whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it. That is what being a professional is. So whether it is convenient or it's not convenient, but for the sake of the profession, you've got to do this, and you do it. You dress well. You smell nice. You read. The fastest way to becoming a spontaneous comedian is to read aggressively. Study. Be up to date. You're a comedian, you don't know what's happening in Iran. I ask you the Strait of Hormuz, you say, where be that one? Then you be you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So you can't relate.
Can't relate to people.
Don't know what Trump and the rest is doing.
Relatability is one of the highest point of being spontaneous. If you can relate to the current is going on, you can be spontaneous with the crowd.
You understand? So a lot of comedians they don't understand what this job requires.
Even some people are not aware what's going on in their own, even for Benin itself.
They play.
They don't know what they happen for Benin itself.
You must understand that I'm a comedian, and this is what being a comedian entails. You understand? There's a particular way comedians dress. We don't have uniform, but there's a way you are expected to dress and look. And I wanted to get to a point in Benin where if you're not properly dressed, you won't perform. I was joking with my boss, Senator, and my brother the other day. I told him, I said, I think my next event, everybody will have to be in a suit. No suit, no performance. Suit, not coat.
Justice for who they wear coat.
You understand? You understand? So we need to, So when you come on stage, you get. As a comedian, people should ask you, are you a fashion designer? You look good. First of all, it helps you to command attention.
Yeah.
Then when you speak, I'm not talking about accent. I'm talking about command. I don't care about accent. I never want to be a white man. If I have 10 lives, I don't want to be a white man. You understand? So I shouldn't try to be who I'm not.
No in it, no man them.
You understand? So I'm African. I don't want to be in Nigeria. Are we together? So these guys should be professional. I'm begging all comedians using this platform, everyone who's watching. Fun for say today class serious. So fun for please be a professional. Professionals don't carry bag.
All shade scene. All shade scene.
That's the man with the bag of jokes.
So we'll throw that back very soon. So
Professionalism. I think the highlight of all that has been said today is professionalism and orientation. Comedians don't have the right to react. Some, let's not say comedians. Some comedians don't have the right to orientation, and some comedians are not professional enough. That's the
yes. So we should stop begging. We should stop begging. We should stop begging. We should stop begging. It makes some persons, discouraged. Yeah. For example, you see some, CEOs, they can buy a table and not come for the show. They've paid in full, or maybe they're giving you a part payment. The reason they didn't attend is not because they want to pay the balance. They know that if they come for the show, they will have to spend an extra like 500,000. Because of comedians begging. You understand? There are comedians where one person just goes on stage because you don't know where I know the CEO from. For example, maybe we have CEO Raptor at an event, and I come on stage and he decides to appreciate me. He might not even be appreciating me because I was funny on the night. He's appreciating me because he knows me. And then the next comedian goes on stage and where that guy where that CEO just now. You understand? Yeah. It is. I don't know. It irks me. You understand? It irks me when comedians do that. First of all, you don't even know the financial capacity of the person part time at that particular moment, and then you are putting the person on the spot. This camera on the person. All eyes now on the person. You are making the person not comfortable being there. Next time, this person will not want to come out for a show. And now that your inadvertently prodigious stupidity has cost someone a table for the next event. It's one of the reasons people don't come out. You see some people, they just say, "Oh, no, what I was saying small thing," and not the town. They are in town. They don't want to come.
Yes.
You understand? You perturb people you coerce them into giving you use the mic as a gun. Point it on their foreheads to collect money from them. If you are good, people will appreciate you. There are times I've finished performing while I'm seated. The bureau will just come with maybe 50,000, 100,000 and say, "That guy I should give you." You understand? You don't have to beg people. You grow to a point. There was a time I did that early days in the industry. You understand? Oh, you must give me money and no. Because if I understand that no. Begging like that means that you have not been paid to do the job. You don't let it up. Don't let the obvious that you have not been paid. I was emceeing a wedding one day. I was anchoring a wedding and the DJ came to send one of the boys to me to say, "Tell them they come spray DJ." I told him, "Tell your guy, ask your guy if they pay him." So he came back, he said, "Yes, they pay him." So I tell him, "Say me do work when they pay him for." He said he was going to off my mic.
Some DJs go hate you.
He said that he was going to off my mic. I went with my soldiers that day for the event. I told him, I said, "My soldiers are outside. They will beat you. They will beat the hell out of you." Because it was my cousin's wedding. You understand? They go beat you. Have you been paid? Yes. Do your job. You negotiated. They paid you. If people want to appreciate you for playing well, it's from their own volition. You are not entitled to the spray. I, for one, if you spray me in a wedding, I don't touch the money. If you spray me, it's for the couple. They spent millions to put the wedding together. I don't touch the money. If you won't give me, I drop it. I've been paid. I've charged you. You've paid me. Most times when people give me a bundle in wedding, I look for a child and I pay the child's school fees at the wedding. You make the wedding memorable. These are things people see. They'll be like, "Oh, so comedians do this." Sometimes we get money on stage. People give you money on stage from their volition, and you look for someone else who needs money. And We are not doing it because we don't need money. Especially it's not the finish for house. But I try to make people understand that, come, we are not broke, even if we broke. You understand?
Yeah.
So they can place value. Because there's a way you behave on stage. A person who wants to book you already know that you are not a 200,000 naira comedian. The way you carry yourself. That's professionalism. The Benin will say that where they never go, they be abroad.
They can manage you or a weeble.
Yes, sir. So that is it. That begging on stage. And another thing that comedians do that is very, very appalling is laughing at people who bought tickets to come and laugh. People attended my show, or people attend shows to laugh, not to be laughed at.
All those he get before he not get again.
They attend shows to laugh. A person who maybe, had gone through the job experience has lost a lot.
Yeah.
You understand? But he has not gotten to his Job chapter 10 verse 42. Where everything will be restored.
Yeah, in tenfold.
You understand?
10,000
Now,
dollars
there are jokes that you shouldn't make
about the person.
about that person. You understand? It might be a joke to you, but it might be below the belt for the person. That person came out. Comedy is therapy. A person might be struggling with something and he just say, "Oh, let me come and laugh," and relieve pressure. And then he leaves the show feeling bad. People attend shows to laugh, not to be laughed at. You don't pick at people. It means that you didn't prepare a set for the show. This is the professionalism we're talking about.
Lack of materials.
I can't be going for a seminar now and I'm picking on my profs in the panel, and I'm not talking. No.
Because you say not guy if I use this person to do and the crowd.
So does it mean that I didn't prepare my presentation? If you prepare a set and you're given 10 minutes, you know that 10 minutes is not enough for you to deliver that set. You wouldn't want to be distracted. There are times I go for shows, I see people I know, my leaders I know, political leaders, CEOs. After my performance, that is when I go. I come on stage and I see them. After performance, I go there to. Sometimes, as you just give them, $100. You understand? You don't have to. Then you just crack jokes. Hey, see your head. There are times some people they call for it because some persons can be intentionally stupid. Like if they've not been stupid in a day, they will not feel alright. So persons like that, I often post on my Twitter and I say I'm the comedian with the most spontaneous rebuttal because the rebuttal comes with the speed of light. So if you choose to be stupid, I will give you what is befitting for stupidity, but not just come on stage and you begin to pick on. That's why there's some comedians in Benin. They are extremely funny, but they will never be in my show because they thrive on picking on people, and that is not the kind of shows I organize. People should be able to come for my show happily, not even whether I say whether you get nyash or you don't get nyash. You understand? But try get nyash. Try get nyash. You understand?
Barest minimum.
But they shouldn't feel bad
About it, yeah.
You understand? Don't body shame people. One must tell them truth.
Don't broke shame people.
You understand? No, don't broke shame some people. They're not getting sense. You understand? But you understand? Don't laugh at people. That's the bottom line. It shows that you're not a professional. And it's not just in comedy. I said if Nigeria is working properly, some persons will not be nurses. Do you know that there are pharmacies you enter? You want to buy condom, you walk away. The way the resentment. No, you've not even said what you want to buy. The resentment with which the girls will look at you, there, you just walk away. And that is why in medical school they teach them ethics. I think comedians should go and learn the ethics.
Comedy ethics.
Of comedy. You understand? Should go and learn the ethics. Have you seen nurses call people by their sickness? That's unethical. Tuberculosis man.
That guy may get gonorrhea.
You understand?
Yeah.
So comedians also do that. Don't make people feel uncomfortable at comedy shows. Make comedy shows wholesome. People should be happy. That we're going for a comedy show, I'm happy. There are some shows that you tell some places we are going to say, I'm going to go to that show. The other show they are excited to attend. They come for different reasons. Your show should be unique for something. When you're on stage, people should know that this is gonna. There are some of us who come on stage, no matter how noisy the show is, so long we are known in that place, the hall goes quiet on its own. There are some of us in Benin where once they bring us on stage, the hall goes quiet. They know. They are calm. They want to listen to you. There are others that will come up. Noise continues.
Yeah.
You understand? Professionalism is key, central. You understand? So that is just it. The whole thing boils down to what? Professionalism. You understand? It boils down to professionalism. Being a professional, being a top professional. If you are doing a comedy show, do a comedy show. If you are doing a festival, do a festival. If you are doing a rave, do a rave. Let's know what you are doing. Don't miss festival and comedy show and rave. You people don't even know what you stand for.
So do you think that comedians now, do you think that they should reduce all those extra activities now in their own comedy shows?
If you know that is what we sell at your show, do it, but do it in a way that it is properly structured. Everything has to do with balance. Balance. You must create a balance. Once you lack balance, you can't stand. You understand?
Yeah.
Can you try to move a bicycle? Can you try to stay on a bicycle that's not moving? It lacks balance, right? You need balance to be steady, to stand properly. So that's it. Create a balance. I'm not telling you not to bring a hype man to a comedy show. You understand? But by the time you begin to do the show for YouTube, nobody will tell you. You understand? I won't tell you not to spray money in your show. By the time you are doing a YouTube production, YouTube is paying you in dollars. Nobody will tell you. You understand? So the whole thing boils down to value. You understand? Value for the craft. All comedians, if you're a comedian, you should have value for the craft. You should have value. You should value the craft. Value the craft. If you can't value the craft, then leave the craft. Don't undermine the craft. You understand? Don't undermine the craft. And one other thing that most comedians do is that they put people in their shows because they are their guy.
What's trending?
No, my guy. Not my guy. Not my guy. You don't care about giving people that are attending the show value. If you are my guy, you have to be funny.
Yeah.
Before I put you in my show. It's not because I don't like you. I won't use my show as a testing ground. You don't learn how to shoot
In
the battlefield. You understand? You should go to the shooting range and practice. When I trust you, will you allow a pilot on internship fly you?
No.
So if everybody here and they don't enter the place.
So why should you now use my stage as your shooting range? That's why you have all this lounge. You have bars where they do
comedy night
because it's not comedy club. There's no comedy club in Benin yet. You understand? Go there and test your material. Go there. Those days in University of Benin, we used to have comedy common room.
Yeah.
You understand? The likes of a lot of them, a whole Orekis and the others. Yeah. Comedians will gather. Crack joke. You crack and they'll say, okay. So you have dropped your punch.
Don't drop your
punch. Where's so funny for you?
What's it come funny now? That is when you go back home and you know that I need to work. I need to polish
this joke.
You understand my materials and make them, sharp. So that is it. Be passionate about the job. Be intentional about your craft. Be a top professional. You understand? Be a top professional. Look good. Speak well. And of course, don't bring the craft to disrepute.
And ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of it all remains professionalism. I think we'll be trying to emphasize on this, but when you come to throw, you don't share the lights. Share. You are learning, right?
There's no light in the country, so don't worry.
Share light.
So, we came. Thank you very much. We came, and now I've gone home with assignments because I've recorded a lot of words. I need to go and search their meaning on dictionary.
But the one I don't really hear most of the words, Baba.
There might be saying, so this is why you have to watch out for the video on YouTube, so that when you watch this video, you watch it with your dictionary or your Google or your ChatGPT, and pause and search. You pause.
So when we drop an episode on YouTube, just be pausing and search.
We say
pause and search.
We entertain you in an educative manner or educate you in an entertaining manner.
Today now we day class.
Today is a typical example.
Today now we day class.
Yeah, not serious.
I know they know they follow you.
Yes. You'll be like, no, you say no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this.
If you can't be there, join there. You get where I reach up my man. I say, hey, whoa.
These guys are pulling my legs right now. Well, it's been a great time though.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We have actually learned a lot. Even before today, I've learned. I think majority of things I learned from you. I learned from you. Yeah. Yeah? But it's never shady before. You send me this picture of a cover. I'm not ever in your life send this picture.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mike Battle Podcast brought to you by G-World Entertainment. Like we said, we do this every Friday
from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
We'll be live. And shout out to all. We are on platform YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere. G-World Entertainment. Search it up, give a follow, and don't forget to share the live every time you're with us. Shout out to all our families, all our viewers that have been with us. And today we have the most amazing prophetic with us that educated us today. Brought us into the light.
Thank you. I see my people. Aneto, Aite, Berime. Thank you for joining. I saw someone else join. Biggest Perfume. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing perfume in Bini. Body odor too much. Bethel, thank you for joining. Fun Food, I was here. I won't thank you. Get out. Samzi JB, thank you so much for joining. And of course, Jill World Entertainment. Yes, they're joining their own life. Then TJD, you were here. Age not get data. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think what we'll do is a part 2 of this segment where
I'll call out people.
We'll do part 2. But this time are you doing my chat?
We'll start with these people that have brought it to where it is, that have given us value, and people that are trying to bring down the value.
Yeah, one of them is the AG.
They bring down the value. They carry bat.
I'm just happy to be here.
He comes on stage like a wrestler. But that's a very unique. It's a unique style. Yeah.
Open your GoFundMe. I want to buy my bat. Brand name AG. Yeah, I'm tired of carrying cutlass and stick. You have to make it professional now. Professionalism is the key here. The bat.
More professionalize your bat instead of your mic.
Meet me outside. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. To all that, Fonfu is back. The man with the bag of jokes.
Fonfu, does it not throw your bags?
Mamba Peter 27, thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
Fonfu Comedy Masterpiece, May 29th. Your life is a joke because my life is very serious. Thank you. Let me be grateful for once in my life. Thank you for joining, my brother. Helen, thank you for joining. Gracias, obrigado.
So guys, same time, Friday, 7
p.m.
to 9
p.m.
See ya. God bless ya.
Adios, amigos.